Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood assistant principal, Mr. Patton, here with some information regarding prom, which is coming up on Friday, May the 10th. For all of you who hope to go, there are a few changes to things we've done in the past. So if you went last year, pay attention. If you're new this year, also pay attention. It just won't be different. The first thing is everybody, teachers, students, everybody is going to park in the parking lots in front of Northridge Country Club. We are not going to allow any students to park in the parking lot between the Country Club driveway and Hunting Ridge Road, which is right there in front of the pool. So you will not be able to park there. If you do park there, myself or Officer Brandenburg will come say, hello, we need you to move to the parking lot up here in front of the Country Club. All vehicles, whether it's charter transportation or a personal vehicle, will pull up off of Falls of Noose, or I guess if you come through that back parking lot, you'll still meet myself and Officer Brandenburg. We'll be there to say hello, to check to make sure you know where you're going to park, and to talk to your drivers if you have charter transportation so they know where to drop you off and where they can park. This is a little bit different. So personal vehicles, you're going to check in, you're going to go and you'll turn into the first parking lots right there on the right and you'll park, go into prom, have a great time. If you are arriving in chartered transportation, so that means you rented a limo and you and a bunch of friends are showing up together. That's not the same as my mom and dad are driving me in our uncle's fancy car, which is cool, that's what I did, and then I went to Chick-fil-A. But if you're just taking a family vehicle or somebody's driving you, just get dropped off, that's fine. If you are driving a car and you're parking, you're gonna do that. If you are riding with friends in a limo that you all had to pitch in and pay for, that's charter transportation. You're gonna pull in, you'll meet myself and Officer Brandenburg, and then we are gonna have you pull up and either pull immediately in and get dropped off. If your vehicle is too long or too tall to fit into the covered awning in front of the Country Club, we are actually gonna have your vehicle stop across the street, let you off, and we'll have you cross the street and walk up the sidewalk into the Country Club. This is one of the biggest changes, which is no students, whether you drove yourself or you arrived in charter transportation, will be allowed back to their vehicles once you have gone into prom. We will have an administrator and a teacher and several law enforcement officers in the parking lot the whole night, making sure that students are not hanging out in the parking lot. What I want you to realize is we have a lot of students who do, the two big things are this. One is, ladies, you wear shoes that aren't particularly comfortable, and then after 20 minutes and after your photos, you're like, let me run out to the car and put on my flats. Just bring those with you the first time, try and get something that fits in your purse. I don't know, have your date carry them. Guys have inside pockets on their jacket. It's a neat trick that guys don't know about if you don't wear jackets a lot, but you're not gonna be able to go back out to your car to get more comfortable shoes. The other thing is, many of you will show up and you have to put your stuff in somebody else's car because you're gonna go home with them and you're spending the night at their house. Again, you're going to need to coordinate that well before you arrive, because we're not going to allow you to go back out to a car once your friend finally shows up to put their stuff in your vehicle. And if a parent drops you off, that's going to be an issue. Make sure you coordinate that ahead of time. That's different. It's going to be a change, and hear me say it now because somebody's going to get frustrated about it later. But I told you. And that really applies to everybody. There is no re-entry. Once you leave, once you go out the front doors, if you're upset with your date, if you're trying to coordinate something on the phone, I don't care. Once you leave the prom, you are leaving. We're not allowing any students to re-enter the prom at all. So that's all the weird changes that just have to do with getting to prom. The second big thing I want to talk about is our new blood alcohol concentration screening. We are going to randomly select ticket numbers after every student has purchased tickets. We'll use a random number generator to generate what numbers. We'll just highlight those. When you check in, if you have been randomly selected, you will be asked to step behind a screen, away. You'll have some privacy, and we will have you take a BAC test. There will be an administrator there and a teacher there as well. If you refuse to take that test, we are not going to let you into prom. If you fail that test, we are going to call your parents, because that tells us that it might not be safe to just let you leave and go home. That is a change. That is new this year, but again, my job is to make sure that everybody can have a really amazing time and nobody gets hurt. So sorry about all the changes, but we love you and we want you to be safe and have a great night that you remember forever, despite the fact that I'm so grumpy about it. I'll see you next Friday. Au revoir.